Hey, iCkEdMeL, how are you guys doing? And I wanted to talk about Sophie Reeder. This is actually a story that I covered back in 2019, the beginning of the year, and I figured it's time to do an update on this story for a multitude of reasons. One, I've actually had a conversation with somebody recently that brought up this name. Last night I looked her up again. I occasionally look up stories that I covered in the past, and what I found was that this year in May 2020, there was actually an update with a little bit of some new surveillance footage that was released. So I'm going to show you guys that. I also found a form in a post where allegedly this person claims to be the mother, and she's talking a little bit on the situation of her daughter.
Sophie Reeder was just 15 years old when she was captured on this surveillance video walking down Davie Boulevard. That night, May 20th, 2017.
This is the last time anyone has seen the 15-year-old. This was back in May, and police have been following leads ever since. They believe the teen ran away from her Fort Lauderdale home. However, they believe there's a whole lot more to this case than just a typical runaway.
Her father last saw her as he checked on her before bed.
I checked on her at 12:30. She was up, and then that was the last time I saw her.
Reeder lives with her dad and was attending virtual school after being diagnosed with a mental illness. Her mother says she last saw her on Mother's Day and she seemed to be happy. But when they accessed her computer looking for clues, they saw very troubling signs, disturbing websites, and contact with older men. Days have gone by and Sophie Reeder is still missing. Flyers are all over the Croissant Park neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale as they're looking for any clues. Friends and family of Sophie Reeder papering her Fort Lauderdale neighborhood with posters of the 15-year-old girl.
Police have been following every tip, every lead that they get for quite some time now. They say they got some really important information that led them to a home near a local high school.
You kill her or not? You kill somebody or what?
Residents thought someone was after police rushed a home right near Stranahan High School.
They shut that area right there and no one could come through. I thought somebody died.
Right off Southwest 18th Avenue, detectives started questioning people and dusting for fingerprints. We've learned they were executing a search warrant related to missing teen Sophie Reeder.
There was some progress early on, a house raided, but it went nowhere.
I'm hoping for the best, but as every day goes by, I have doubt that this is going to be end in a positive ending.
Based on information from her computer, detectives believe she may be with a human. They say she's vulnerable and dealing with mental health issues. This week, detectives left the area without making an arrest, but have returned several times, questioning residents following any tips they receive.
She's very vulnerable because she's homeschooled, and so she has free time on her hands to be on the computer.
Now they're concerned she may have been in touch with even traffickers, and they are terrified.
I want her to know that I love her. We all love her, and it's not too late for her to come home.
Sophie, I love you, and I would like you to come home.
Police consider Reeder a runaway. Her parents are doing everything they can to find her. They also want other parents to keep their eyes out for signs they missed.
You just really had to be on top of them. You really had to be on top of their friends and their computers, and you can't let them get away with anything.
So I wanted to take you back to this first surveillance footage that was out back in May 2017. The timestamp on this video is wrong. This is clearly nighttime. And the time and date is really between May 19 and May 20th because there was some reports stating that she was last seen at 10 p.m. on Friday evening, while the father stated he saw her at 12:30 a.m.
Her father last saw her as he checked on her before bed.
I checked on her at 12:30. She was up, and then that was the last time I saw her.
This area is on the West Davie Boulevard. It's in the Stranahan High School area, and this is also near her home. And yes, there is a cop car driving right by her. And pay attention to the headphones that she's wearing because we're going to talk about that in a little bit. This is what the area looks like during the daytime in which she's seen in this surveillance footage. You can match the two spots on the ground to the video I just showed you. She was walking by this. This is Davie Boulevard. It's reported that she left all her belongings behind and that the 2 cell phones that she had were turned off since day one.
Cell phone's been turned off from the day one. No contact with anyone. There's no way that she is out there on her own.
A couple of things to keep in mind. These clips are old, and not until I show you the new clip that was posted this year. So we're talking past tense. And for this next part, we're going to be talking about that apartment that was searched and what they found, keeping in mind the headphones, and keep in mind the 2 cell phones that were disconnected since day one.
An investigation into her disappearance led police to this home in Fort Lauderdale, near Stranahan High School, where Sophie once briefly attended. A search warrant was executed.
Now they're looking at this case as a very, very serious crime, either human abduction or possible. This is the first indication that I've seen in the case that they're possibly looking at this case as a murder case.
Investigators interviewed 3 men inside of the home and seized 25 cell phones, along with 2 computer towers, ammunition, and a pair of headphones.
Headphones which, of course, Sophie was wearing. Headphones which, of course, Sophie was wearing.
At the moment, detectives aren't connecting some of the seized items to Sophie, but she has run away in the past. Police believe this time was different. Evidence found on her computer is leading them to think that she may be with a or human. For Sophie's mom, every passing day without knowing where her child is has become gut-wrenching.
There's nothing that she's done that would change how much I love her and want her back, and she's truly missed.
Again, Sophie Reeder was known to frequent this area, the 1700 block of Southwest 11th Court in Fort Lauderdale. Police searching one apartment inside the building that you see behind me related to her disappearance.
How all that stuff was found in that apartment, and the private investigator stated that those were her headphones that were found. How that didn't lead to more coming out of this story or finding Sophie. 3 men in there that were spoken to. 3 men in that apartment, and 25 cell phones. According to the Local 10 report, investigators dusted for fingerprints and interviewed the 3 men inside the home, but no arrests were made. They took out 25 cell phones, seized along 2 computer towers, ammunition, a pair of headphones, and the other list of items. Now I'm going to show you the new surveillance that was released this year. I've never seen this video surveillance before. You let me know your thoughts. Also, the mother, they had some video footage of the mother commenting on it.
Fort Lauderdale Police now releasing this surveillance video of the teen walking through this Fort Lauderdale neighborhood near Stranahan High School.
She went walking, and I think she was last seen about 2:30 in the morning, and somebody could have picked her up and did whatever, or she met somebody online and they convinced her to run away. And either way, it's not good.
Her phone went dead in this courtyard on Southwest 11th Court, and no one would hear from her ever again.
I miss her. I miss her every day. I wake up and I miss her. I go to bed. She's the first person I think of. She's the last person I think of when I go to bed. After 3 years, you try to have hope, but the longer the time goes by, the harder it is. I just hope that there's some kind of closure and somebody comes forward, because somebody knows what happened. She was a great girl, and just a lot of energy and really feisty, and I just miss her a lot. I really do.
Her mother, Nicole Twist, says at the time the 15-year-old disappeared, she was spending a lot of time online and may have gone to meet someone that night.
She was not in school at the time, so she had a lot of free time. So she was associating with the wrong people, maybe getting involved with older men, maybe involved in selling drugs.
We're going to get into this online post I found last night on Reddit. It was posted this year, somebody claiming to be the mother, Sophie's mom, and I believe it's legit. The mother is Nicole Twist. The father is Patrick Reeder. The story goes that she was enrolled into a virtual school. She was introverted when meeting new people, extroverted with her personal friends. She loved music. She loved Tupac and Nirvana, Lana Del Rey, all the kinds of things that a kid, I guess, that age would like. And this all kind of ties into the whole conversation we've been having lately with social media, the internet, computer access, parents, children, and how to deal with that. And even cuties and the influence that all this kind of stuff has on kids. So the online post reads, I'm Sophie's mom. She will be 18 on February 19th. I see a lot of comments regarding where was her mom. I was there. Sophie was very strong and opinionated. Her father and I did not have a great relationship since she was 7. She was put in the middle of a nasty custody war. So much drama. I regret this very much. I don't want to get into the whole situation, but I raised Sophie pretty much until she was 12. Once she hit that age, she was convinced that the grass was greener with her father. Long story short, you have no idea what I went through to try to save her. I miss her every day. I had no idea what she was doing. She did not like being told what to do. I didn't let her have the freedom she craved. She thought it was okay to skip school. She thought it was okay to walk around aimlessly at night. I'm old school. That didn't fly with me. Teenage girls are tough, plus couple that with a mental illness and no supervision. Wow, some pretty heavy claims. And this is a recipe for disaster. I was advised to give up on her. I was told that she was just going through a phase. I was wrong. Never give up on your kids. People always have something to say online. If you ever have any doubts, just look at my Facebook page. This is no joke. I miss her every day. There was one more post that I found allegedly from the mother, which is actually even more recent, 4 months ago. And she states, what do I believe happened to her? I believe that Sophie being high on whatever she was, plus being very naive, sealed her fate. I think about her every day and I wonder if she suffered. After 3 years, my hope is gone. I don't know if we will ever know for sure. Somebody knows something. I wish I could turn back time. There are so many things I would have done differently. The worst thing I ever did was let her go live with her dad. Yes, she was very defiant and adamant about leaving, but I was the parent. I honestly was told to let her go, that she'd be back. But there are predators out there waiting and watching. Protect your children, watch their friends. It's okay to be a little overprotective. They will hate it now, but appreciate it in the long run. Take care, everyone.
I want to see her. I just want to talk to her, say I love you again.
Sophie's father, Patrick, made a public plea with police. At the time she disappeared, Sophie was living with her dad, enrolled in a virtual school. She had run away before.
I think about her prom, her Sweet 16, and everything that she's missing.
Her mother last saw Sophie Mother's Day 2017. She was acting more grown up, she said.
The warning signs are there, and I would tell every parent, follow who your friends are with, follow the adults in their lives, go on their Instagram, be very proactive.
According to Miami CBS Local, the mother in 2018 found a picture online that resembled her daughter, and she believes the picture was taken after she went missing.
Sophie's mother, Nicole, showed us a photo of Sophie she found on the internet. It appears it may have been taken after Sophie vanished. She gave it to police.
It's been a little bit frustrating, but I just try to remain positive and hope that we're all on the same team.
I wanted to throw in really quickly just an appreciation thank you to the people that donated on the last couple of live streams with the super chats. Thank you guys. I love you. Also, a big thank you to the channel members on YouTube. You guys really help fight the demonetization issue that seems to happen a lot. It's an up and down thing. So thank you guys for the support. And also Facebook subscriptions, which I believe I have Barbara on there, Claire, and Tammy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to share one more clip from the mother to end off, and there's just really just an endless amount of thoughts and conversation we could have about this, but we could probably leave it for a live stream. If you wouldn't mind hitting the share button, this is a cold case. It's actually not even been talked about that much compared to some other cases. And I'll also put the link down below if you want to check out the January 2019 video I made. You can actually see the pretty big difference between this video and the other video, but the other video I had some just thoughts to myself, and I was talking for a while, and I had a bunch of pictures on there of Sophie. So if you want to check that out, once again, thank you for all the support. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. I would appreciate it so we can help grow the channel and spread these videos out. Peace.
I'd like to say to Sophie that no matter what has happened, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you're going through, if you are still able to come home, we love you. We'll take care of you. I miss her. I miss her so much. I miss her every day.